Hello guys, unlike what I said in last video, that we are going to actually, that we are going to actually work on adding more to-do items to our list. In this video, we are going to learn something else. We are going to learn how to work with forms in SWOT, and then we are going to learn how to work with reactivity in SWOT in more depth. And that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be really fun. Okay. Uh, for the beginning, I actually copied some code from Bootstrap's official documentation, not even MB, because I didn't really need any specific component, and I just needed some pure code, and and actually I got this from here to check it out. This is our code, and this is our build. This is our code. This is the code I just copied. You can just copy code from checks and radios, and actually a few from form control part, which give you a few nice options. Anyway, it's not really a specific part. You just need the inputs, and the rest is just for design. And this is not our intention of our course. Anyway, let's do this. Okay, guys. If you're coming from background in Java or some other framework, you know that we build objects, we build widgets and widgets like text view and things like that, and then we get the text from it. We define these objects in Java, we would say, I don't know, text1.getText or something like that. Or in other frameworks, we also use some sort of reactivity, and actually each framework gives us some tools to do this, and I'm gonna tell you that SWOT is going to give us the best of the best, and actually the best way of doing this. How is this going to work? Okay, super simple. I'm going to set up my script tag, and for the record, actually I'm in profile form component. Actually I'm coding in this part. Okay, let's build a script tag. I'm going to actually use my build a variable here called name. Okay, we are going to see how can I bind this name. Actually, how can I get the value of this this input and put this in this name. Okay, we are going to check out the ways we can do this. Okay, let's go on this. First of all, we don't really need form. Okay, we cannot use this form here, and we can actually delete it, which is really makes this simple. And we can keep that, and we can do something to prevent from submitting, but I will tell this in the end of the video. Okay, I'm going to see how can I bind this name, bind the value of this input with the placeholder and with actually name of name, which I didn't mention the name here, which is not required, but do this too. First of all, we can do something like this. I can build a function here which gets names such as set name, and it's going to get event, and actually as this dude, as the user types in this form, this input form, it is going to send the value to this name. And as we know this name, the value of this name could get to b dot actually target dot value. Super simple. Okay, and now how can I get the value of this input? I'm going to use the on change event. Super simple. Set name, and that's going to be like this. And I'm going to also console. However, we cannot do this. We can do something more interesting. I'm going to add an h2 tag here, and I'm going to print a name here. saving. Okay, it says undefined for now. Actually, in order to prevent from undefined, which is not really nice, we are going to actually set this name here. Okay, I wrote something. As soon as I remove the focus from this input, this is going to set the value to the target. Okay, if I want to do this real time, I mean, as I write, I would like this to be appeared here. We can do this. We can use something except uncheck. We can use on input here. Let's add another variable here. It's called last name. Okay, super simple. And I'm going to build another function for that. Okay, and last name. Then I'm going to add an event for the second input, which this one is going to be on input, not on change. Okay, super simple. Sorry. Okay, we got this set up. Now, as I write here, which I haven't output that yet, I'm going to output here. Going to do something right there. It's super simple. As I write it here, it's going to set it right here. Super simple. Okay, this is not a real scalable way to do things. Actually, this is not really scalable, and I don't like to do this. What's our other option? We can use something called binding values. These binding values will make a relationship between the input and these values, these actual variables. How can we use that? I'm going to use an actual directive, as the idea says, and bind the value of this input to name. Super simple. Now I'm going to delete this function, or it's not used anymore. Now I can go on this place and say DrGeek, and it's writing it right there. Super simple. And this could be done for the other dude too. I'm going to, should I have already removed this? Bind value has them here too. Super simple, super simple. Okay, now we have learned, we have learned how to actually bind the value to an input. Now, I would like to learn how to bind values to inputs other than just simple text inputs, because the majority of inputs are text input, but we got other important inputs too, just like this one, checks and things like that. Actually, we just need one checkbox. Okay, just need one checkbox. How I'm going to do this? I'm going to use flood radio. Let's check. That's okay. Then I'm going to change this type to radio. This one's type to radio, so we don't get stupid errors. And also, I'm going to sorry. That was a bad mistake. Okay, we got the type radio here, and I have to set the names same thing. I don't know. Let's make the name roll or something like that. However, it seems like we got this here. Okay, this one roll 2. I'm going to set the value to, I don't know, professor, and I'm going to add name to this one. I should add value to this one to the student. I need to change the labels to student and professor. Okay, now we got our forms ready. Now I'm going to actually add some functionality so we can check the role of the student. Let role equal actually for now nothing. I would like to bind the value of these two radio buttons to this role. Let's check out how can we do this. I have to use a bind, but except that one. Okay, this bind is going to be a group bind, unlike that guy, which was actually a value bind. Sorry, I signed it to the wrong element, and I need to bind this here too. Okay, now we got the role 2. Now I'm going to deploy it here, and we got this here. Okay, we got a stupid bug here, which is for this one, and this is why I don't like reading HTML syntax anyway. Okay, let's see. Professor or student, we are all set. Super simple. As you can see, we just use the bind to group equals role, and we set the value that we want. Okay, that's super simple. And this bind the value to the actual role which we set here. And I want to set check out how can we check the actual way to use to actually do the same thing with checkboxes here too. Okay, I'm going to build check boolean value here is actually is graduated. Okay, and it's going to be by default false. Then I'm going to print it out here. Now I'm going to use an else if statement here to check it out. Okay, and delete these two. I'm going to it's just super simple, just like each. I'm going to use an if, and it's going to be okay, that's going to be if 2. And we're going to actually insert our logic here. If is graduated, we're going to print an h3 of postgraduate. Okay, and sorry for bad mistake, and then we're going to add an else here, and that's going to be an h3 which says still student. Super simple. Okay, but how do we bind this value to this student? I actually didn't do the main thing we have to do. We are going to use a bind check equals actually is graduate. Super simple. Now I'm going to check this one out. Sorry for my mistake, this is check it and not check. Actually, as long as I highly depend on IDE for me to fill the blank, these things will happen actually. Okay, anyway, we learned how to bind values to our form, and actually let's do last thing, and let's do this all as an object, which makes things far simpler. I will delete this because I'm used for it. Let a student be something like that, an object. Okay, and now I'm going to bind these as objects parts, and I'm going to add this here, and here. And now we are using this as actually what? Oh, fuck off. Okay, we got this all here, and we are going to add these two here. So we have officially changed our way of doing things from using pure variables and using an object for this. Okay, that's super simple. That's super simple. And actually, if we want to avoid this undefined way of doing things, we can use actually build the values here. I'm just going to do this as quick as possible. False. Okay, that's done. This is done. Everything is working perfect, and everything is working. And this checkbox, as I told you, it is about graduation sets of this dude. And things look really fine. Things are all fine. In the next video, we are going to do something more fun. Good luck to next video.